We got ourselves riders!
You look extra snuggly.
Good morning, riders.
And if the governor and the legislature actually adopt that plan and it's implemented, I guarantee you we will end AIDS in New York State as an epidemic by 2020. And in doing so, we will be the first political jurisdiction anywhere in the globe to accomplish that goal. And you will be able to say, by virtue of having been here this morning, I was there at the beginning of the end of AIDS, and I did my part to make that happen.
This guy's 67. Are you 67?
Yes.
This year I've added Kenny Cox. He died a month ago. He was HIV positive since the 80s.
It's something that I can do that makes a difference. And, you know, as we heard this morning from Charles, it is making a difference. It's starting to gain some traction, and, you know, hopefully one of these years we can do this as a celebration and not as a memorial. So, yeah.
You're doing good for people who can't do it for themselves. Or, you know, some of them can, and there's people on the ride who do, but there's people who can't, and it's our community. So we have to help them, you know, we have to help our own. So I think bike rider except for 3 days a year. But I'm, yeah, I become Mr. Activist. That's Mr. with a capital M.
It's incredible. I've never felt an outpouring of love like I do this past 2 days. Yeah. It's been incredible.
I've cried more in happiness in the last 2 days than probably in my 52 years on the planet. So it's amazing. Incredible.
Incredible. I've been diagnosed as positive since 2008. So it was something that I've been very fortunate. I've always had a job. I've had medical insurance. And it's time for me to pay back what was freely given to me.
And for me, 7 years ago, I was on life support, respiratory kidney failure, didn't know if I was going to make it, and here I am. So I had to, there's so many people that are in my shoes as I was then. So, and in 7 years, maybe they can be in pedals, so it's possible.
Yes, my total fast ride.
Your very first ride?
About my 8th time on the bike.
Ever in your life 8th time on your bike? Oh, wow.
Ever.
Wow.
Unless I was a kid. I think we had a tricycle when I was a kid, but nothing more than that.
Where were you a kid?
In Kenya, in Nairobi. That's where I grew up. Because I've had a long history with working with people living with AIDS. So I thought this would be just perfect. But mainly it was for vanity, because I'd see all these gorgeous looking men passing by in these tight fitting clothes. And it was a community I wanted to be a part of.
Keith and I, we used to lay up at night talking about what the end of AIDS would look like. For us, it was never about just a virus. It was really about who the virus impacts, about our society's own inhumanity, the way we so easily throw people away, marginalize people, and recognizing that we could have a cure for AIDS tomorrow and that wouldn't make any difference in so many people's lives because we don't know how to live as a human family and value every single person. If we're going to end the epidemic, we have to find a way to let them know that they're a part of the community and they have something to offer. They're not just victims in need of help. They have talents and gifts and wonderful things to give, and we'll end the epidemic when we learn to honor that.
It's not about racing. It's about your heart. It's not about how many miles you do. It's about contributing and making the world a better place.
Whoosh. You can't see me. I'm going too fast.
Whatever you do, whatever you care about it fully with every ounce of your being. And I grew up in a family. My mother had a picture in our dining room I saw every morning with a man laying flat on his back. It was a drawing with a knife in his hand, and people just saw their feet walking by, and on the handle of the knife was the word apathy. And so that's been bred into me from as long as I can remember. Everything that you care about is worth feeling passionate about, and this is something absolutely that needs passion. In the form of our outrage, in the form of our grief, in the form of our sense of empowerment to change the world. And if you can't be passionate about that, what can you be?
And I love the fact that it's not a race, it's just a ride, and everybody kind of helps each other out. And you see people that were at the front of the ride on one day and finishing first, toward the back the next day because they're helping people out. And it's just, you see people come in that, could go faster, but they were staying back with somebody, who was slower just to help them out. So it's just a great environment.
And I don't know what it's about this ride that makes people so open and honest and talk about things that you don't talk about with people you've known for 20 years, but that's what happens. And so maybe, it's different, but it is a form of activism because we take this with us for the year. And then we come back a year later and we get rejuvenated and we take it with us for the next year. And we pass it to our communities and our friends and our family.
The people that you meet by doing this ride, I feel like will be part of my New York City family for the rest of my life. Great day to end AIDS. Every day is a good day to end AIDS.